Kuttah Spoken Truth, we back at it again. In this video, I want to talk about Godzilla Minus One. This is a pretty good movie, and I recommend that you and your kids go check this movie out. There's so many lessons in this movie. The storyline is pretty good. So much that you can pull out of this movie. Before we go into the points, I ask that you hit that like and subscribe button for me. I appreciate it. Like I said, this movie is full of lessons. And before we go into the lesson, let me point this out to you. When you read Job chapter 41, and when the Most High is talking about the Leviathan in Job chapter 41, and when he gives descriptions about Leviathan in Job chapter 41, Godzilla fit these exact descriptions. When they talk about his scales being joined together, closed, sealed, that nothing can get through it. When they talk about out of his mouth goes burning lamps, sparks of fire coming out of his mouth, out of his nostrils goes smoke. How man can't do nothing with this Leviathan. Flames going out of his mouth. When you read Job chapter 41 and read the description, you can't help but think about Godzilla. And Leviathan was a type of judgment upon mankind. And often when you see the movie Godzilla, man, he leave destruction and chaos behind when he come on the scene. So I just had to point that out. Go read Job chapter 41. But this movie take place after, I believe it's World War II. So it's post-war. And Japan is left in a bad state. They left at ground zero because of the devastation and destruction and desolation that was left behind being in World War II. So they was at ground zero. And to make matter worse, during the same time, Godzilla come on the scene, furthering destruction and chaos. That's how some people's lives be, man. If it ain't one thing, it's another. but yeah, they was in bad shape, man. They was in bad shape. Japan was in bad shape. And Godzilla came on the scene, wreaking havoc. It was already bad that they lost loved ones. It was already bad that their community was destroyed. It was already bad that their cities was tore down and desolation behind the war. And here come Godzilla on the scene, causing all the more chaos and destruction. But one of the main points that you can get from this movie is, in the face of everything that's going on, you still should have a heart to rebuild. You should still have faith to want to move on, to keep living, to keep fighting. And one of the main characters, I may be butchering his name, Shikishima. You know, one lesson you can pull from him is fear. When he had the chance to take out Godzilla, for whatever reason, fear paralyzed him that he didn't take the shot. And because of that, more people end up being killed. More people end up losing their lives. And I often tell people, man, your decisions can cost other people greatly. Don't misunderstand me. Everybody got to pay for their sin. Everybody got to pay for what they do in this life. But you must understand that some choices, some decisions not only affect you, but affect other people around you. That's why it's very important for you to know who your real friends are. It's very important for you to choose your friends wisely. because people will have you in BS. People will get you killed. People will cause you to experience loss in this life because of the choices and decisions that they make. You can't let fear paralyze you from making the right choice. And you ought to have enough wisdom to make decisions that not only good for you, but for those around you. Great leadership is making decisions not just for you, but making decisions that for the well-being of people around you. True leadership does that. So when you watch this movie, man, and you're looking at this character, Shikishima, man, you can't help but root him on, man. You want him to succeed, man. He loved his family. He loved his friends. But, you know, he had to deal with fear. And he had so many demons and personal issues to deal with because he suffered a lot in the movie. His spirit was down. His spirit was depleted. He was in a defeated disposition because you got to realize the war already took everything from him. So he dealing with guilt from the war. And then on top of that, he dealing with guilt for not seizing the moment to take his shot at Godzilla when he was on the island. That resulted, as I just said, in the death of thousands of innocent people. So he was a broken man and didn't want to move on. You know, a lot of people is in the same position in this life, man. Guilt got them so stricken, in prison, confined, dealing with sorrow upon sorrow. You have to learn how to deal with the traumas of your past in order to move on properly in life. I know it hurt. I know it's painful, but you still got to keep pushing. You can't let guilt and your past destabilize you in life to the point that you just don't want to do nothing but lay over and die, lay over and give up. No, you can't let that be your disposition in life. You got to get up and shake that thing off to the best of your ability. Face your traumas, face your past, face your bad decisions, and make a conscious effort and say, I'm going to do better. I'm going to be better. If I put my hands in the hands of the Most High, everything going to work out for me. You got to believe that no matter what. You got to believe that there is a better tomorrow. There is a better future if you just get up and make up in your mind to do something different. Now to get back to the movie, Godzilla is a representation of America. A representation of America. And the reason why I say that, because all the nuclear tests caused Godzilla to grow massively in size and cause him to have radioactive breath. Radioactive breath. Okay? And so Godzilla is a representation of America. And the powers to be in America who control America, everywhere they go, they bring destruction. Just like Godzilla, bring chaos. So yes, Godzilla is a representation of America. And America has caused chaos, more confusion, more destruction, more desolation than any other country on the face of the earth right now. Because in the movie, when Godzilla was nowhere to be found, they enjoyed peace. But when Godzilla resurfaced, here comes the chaos. Here comes the destruction again. So Godzilla is a representation of America due to all the chaos and destruction and ruin that Godzilla brings. And so, like I said, I keep butchering his name, but it's okay. Shikishima, he had to join the war in order to take down Godzilla. He had to get back in the water in order to take down Godzilla, who was a representation of America. And if America don't begin to change, America don't stop with all of the BS that is doing, people all around the world, just like Shishikama or Shikishima, how you say his name, everybody gonna join the war to bring down America, Babylon the Great, because of all the destruction and because of all the ruin, because of all the desolation, because of all the confusion, because of all the chaos that it keep perpetuating in the world. It's time for America to repent or be taken down. Repent or be taken down. And Shikishima, to bring down Godzilla, he flew the plane into the mouth of Godzilla as he was getting ready to blow the flame out and blew Godzilla head up, ending the destruction and chaos that Godzilla was bringing. All right, and a lot of people in a movie at the time thought that he sacrificed his life. Listen, sometimes it requires sacrifice. I don't care what nobody say. If you want to see something done, if you want to see something great accomplished, if you want to be able to take down some type of obstacle that's in your way, yes, sometimes it requires sacrifice. What are you willing to sacrifice to overcome? What are you willing to sacrifice to be great? What are you willing to sacrifice? Great results come with great sacrifice, people. This is what this movie teaches you. Great results comes with great sacrifice. So they thought he sacrificed life. And he wanted to sacrifice his life. But he ended up deploying himself on the plane before the plane hit Godzilla in the mouth. Even though he thought he was unworthy to live because of being the reason all them innocent people died from his bad decision, yet he knew that it was very important for him to live, to do better for the future, to fulfill his duty, his purpose of life. He understood that he was more valuable living than dead. And I want to tell somebody that dealing with depression, that dealing with guilt, that dealing with shame, stop wanting to take your life. Stop wanting to commit suicide. You are more valuable alive than dead. Because whether you believe it or not, there's people that's counting on you to live. If you live, you'll be able to help people. You'll be able to get them strength to get through what they're dealing with. If you make the decision to live, you ought to want to live, man. You're better off living. Okay? So there's a few things I just want to point out about this movie, Godzilla. And I recommend, like I said, you go check it out. Okay? Take your kids to check it out. It's a pretty good movie. All right, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And if y'all want me to bring out more points on this movie, Godzilla, I will. All right, peace.